Ignition mode, none. That's super odd. That doesn't make any sense to me either. Uh-oh. What's going on, YouTube? It is another beautiful day in western Wisconsin, and we've got a bunch of receiver things that we need to go see people about today. It's the middle of March. It's not planting season by any means right now, but we are getting stuff pulled out of the shed and making sure that things are running correctly, and already we're finding problems. So we're going to be going out to these guys, making sure that we figure out what the problems are, if we need to fix stuff, and go from there. First one is actually here on the lot though. Customer came in, he's got a 30 series tractor that a technician took a look at, and he had some bad Autosteer valve components, and we need to jump in this old sweetheart and just make sure that after the new controller was put in that everything functions correctly. Now, talking with the technician, we just need to back this up to the loading dock and check and see if it'll do its thing. So we got our Autosteer line there. We're just going to jump on it, make sure that the system works as it should. We got reception now, so I'm going to go like this, listen for the beep. Aha, beauty. Now I'm just going to drive the line here and see. Completely auto steering right now, checking to see what our line does. Sorry for the glitchiness. It does look like it's working. Doing exactly what it needs to do. It's off a little bit, but our accuracy is still super low, so that doesn't help. But as far as driving the fields, this feels like it as it should. We're gonna put her back in her home, let the technician know we're good. What do you think? Should I have backed up and hit the boss's car? Probably would have been a bad thing. Good thing I didn't do that. But either way, this tractor, Autosteer valve feels good to me. Ready to head to the field. Now we're rolling down the road again. We are headed to HV Acres right now. They've got a receiver that it's calling in, it's finding the satellites, but it's not coming up on accuracy. Normally, with a 7,000 receiver, it should be like 10-ish minutes to pull in good quality reception, and he's not getting that. So we're running up there today to try and figure out what the issue is. We arrived at the customer's place now. I'm going to strap it to my chest and we're going to go see what we can get into. See if anyone's around. What's up, Turbo? How's it going?
It goes.
Okay.
I was just saying, well, he might just have to take the off, put it on something else.
I don't give a shit. I can still do that. I'll just do that so you can keep servicing. That's not a problem.
Hopefully you can make that thing find satellites.
Fixing to find out. I don't know why it's not. I'm hoping it's just a software thing, so I'm just going to
Stalled
start
out
running
at
through
like
and updating
20 and
software.
30%, so.
See, it should be 10 minutes. It should be 100%.
Yeah.
Or at least close to.
Right. Unplugged it for a while, plugged it back in, didn't make a difference. It sat on the shelf for a while, and Shane plugged it back in, and then...
I'm going to go figure that out.
Jump on that A320 too, and make sure that 3000 works.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, well, we'll go get Humpty Dumpty working here. If not, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'll be back in at some point.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. Alrighty. I think just to say we did it, we're gonna back old Humpty Dumpty up a little bit and get it in the open. Not that we're that close to a shed, but we are close enough where I just don't want that to be an excuse if things don't work. Complaint on this rig is that it's not calling in and pulling in satellites fast enough. We got a new 7000 receiver on here. It's less than a year old. Normally these things should pull in 100% GPS strength in about 10 minutes. For some reason this one's not. Let's figure out what the problem is. There is some new software to push to it, so that's going to be step number 1. But I do want to see what's going on, because the interesting part is I look up here, it says position mode none. That's super odd. Normally it finds SF1 almost immediately, so like, and even this GNSS signal, that's at 0. That doesn't make any sense to me either. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here to my software manager. I'm going to download some software for the display, because that needs to get done. I've got software in my car over yonder. I'm going to go fetch that, and we're going to figure this puppy out. Oh, what are you doing there? You don't belong in the back of an Equinox. They don't always have a desk, so I make a desk. Let that boot up. Normally I leave the machine run for this, but I don't know when the last time this thing's been run, how long it's been sitting. I'm assuming it's been run recently since planter's hooked up, but I'm gonna let it run while it downloads, just to make sure that all my batteries are charged up before I run the install. Because I'm gonna hit download, spinning wheel of death is gonna actually pull the download in. Once that's at 100, then we'll install and shut the key off. Not in that order. Yes, I have 3 USB drives. No, they are not all the same. They need to be the same. And the reason I'm not taking my laptop over to the tractor, that building has Wi-Fi, which makes my life a ton easier when I'm doing this. So we're gonna apparently I'm gonna have to move that. We're on a little bit of a downhill slope, so that top pack out drawer wants to open, but this is our 7000 update. I'm gonna let that other update run, and while this is downloading, we're gonna set the 7000 up and try and figure out what's wrong with her. So that's still gonna download. Let's check our receiver. It's still not right. So let's push somewhere. Like that. It's a hurry up and wait game now. Receiver update is successful. We'll wait for it to reboot and see if that fixes our problem. Let's check on, yep, we know. Let's check on our other update. Shoo! Quite a bit to go yet. Okay, we got a lot long, still no GLONASS signal. Oop, oop. Well, that's unfortunate. We got WAS. That's a move up in the world, but it's surprising that it's pulling in WAS. Should be SF1 immediately. And now we're back to none. We got another receiver that we plugged into this guy, and it worked fine. So it's something with this particular receiver. Crimea River, this is taking forever to download. We're only at 56%. I guess we're gonna walk away, come back. So I am having little to no luck getting that thing to work. So I am now gonna reach out to DTAC. DTAC is our contact system that we use. So if we need to contact someone from the factory, we can go that route. We're gonna get in touch with the factory and try and figure out what the problem is. So nothing major is popping up on DTAC, unfortunately. So this is something I've never run into. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer out some memory information to the USB so I can send it to the factory. Maybe they see something that I'm not aware of. I got some pictures as well of the background of the receiver as well to try and figure out what's wrong with it. And then with software updated, there's not a lot I can do at this point to try and figure this out without the factory's help. View and install. Yes, I know. Machine's in park, we're gonna let that run. We'll be back. In the meantime, we're gonna pull the USB stick out with the software and the capture files. We're gonna send that to the factory, see what they come up with. And then while we wait for their response and this software to update, I've got another tractor to take care of as well. Just got the case sent off to Deere. Probably gonna have to wait at least 15-20 minutes before we get a response from them. If we're lucky, hopefully it's not an hour, but we will find out. In the meantime, we've got this guy, and it's confused. Why? Well, we should not be able to pull the key out and have the spinning wheel of death happening here. Oh, uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, that was close. Let's do a naughty here, because I don't know why this is doing this. Yep. We're gonna let that sit for a minute. This also has software to be pushed to it as well. That might be why it's doing some of this goofy stuff. Okay, that's a good sign. Plugged it in, it's not trying to boot up. Yep. Look at this! Check this out. I noticed there's a big red flag right here. It is only showing WAS signal. Now if I punch into the receiver, we should always see better than WAS. We should see at least SF1, even with a 3000. So with this guy seeing WAS, this is a totally different issue than what's happening over there. That one is seeing no signal. This one is seeing a poor signal compared to what it should be. Well, if I go over here, this receiver came out of the south somewhere. It came with a tractor that this customer bought, and it's set up right now to run RTK on this receiver. Well, we're not interested in doing that. We just want to run SF1. So we're going to change the RTK network configuration to off. Boom, SF1 signal ready to rock and roll. This puppy is set. So what we are going to do though is we're going to fire it up. We need to calibrate the globe so that we don't run into any issues when we get out into the field. I'm going to go into my 3000, calibrate. Woo! Wait for it to stop bouncing. Hit accept. Rock and roll. I am going to set a line though, just for giggles. There's a quick line right there. I'm just going to make sure that everything is functioning as it should. With that receiver now locked in. Okay, quick line is built. Resume. Uh-oh. Why aren't we resuming our Autosteer? Oh, I know why. It's 2 switches in this tractor. So with this being a 20 series tractor, this switch right here, this is what normally comes in it. That's normally an Autotrack resume switch. The problem is these tractors, just because they have that switch does not mean they were equipped with Autotrack. And you can see that in this tractor because this big guy here, that is an ATU or an aftermarket electric steering kit that's on this tractor. So when that was installed, we installed this switch. So I bet you if I push this one, not that one, we're gonna have better luck. everything's steering, everything's working properly. Software needs to get updated on this one next. So we'll hit that up after we check out the 9R. See if anything was going on there. But it's been a good half hour, 40 minutes again since we walked away to work on other things. Yes, we know your tank is almost empty. Oh, what the heck? Now it busted loose. Deere does have some stuff they want us to check, so we are going to check that out, but I'm going to get software updated on this guy first. Once that's moving, we'll jump back over to that one. All right, we got a response from Deere. We got a couple addresses to check to make sure the antennas are online. I'm not sure why this broke loose now though. We updated software. I'm just surprised that it didn't pop in as fast as it did, because normally it's so much faster than that. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shut it down, we're gonna unplug it, and verify that it pulls signal back in. If we pull power, it's going to lose all of its constellations and it has to pull in again. These things have a certain system on that where they have like a sleep mode. So even with the power shut off, you can have these things hold on to satellite constellations for, I believe it's 3, 6, 12, or 24 hours. If I unplug it, like so, it is going to override that, because no power means no GPS. So I'm going to just leave that unplugged for a minute or two and then plug old Humpty Dumpty back in and see if anything comes out of it. Back in. Look at how fast it's coming around. This is why these things are really superior. 70% in a minute and a half. You couldn't dream this in that 3000 that we were just looking at. Either way, let's check. We know it's working now, so I'm going to stop that and I'm going to, yeah, it's happy now. Might have just been software, y'all. Nice and cracked. She's a little dry. That's okay. There, go in your home. That is updated. I snapped just a quick line for giggles to make sure everything was communicating and talking. Ready to go. Alright, I don't know what her problem was, but now after the software update, we're in good shape. Everything is calling in like it should. I've got satellite. I gave the receiver back to the customer. So we're gonna park old Humpty Dumpty here, and that's gonna be all she wrote up here, unless there's some more well, there's a couple more software pieces that we're gonna update, but other than that, we're crisis averted. Just like that, another customer done. Got everything updated, got some activations done. Need to do some more when we get time, but all in all, not too big of a deal. We're gonna pack the car up and hit the road. Planner is pretty much ready, except we do have to do a mobile runoff on it just to verify everything is working right. But we got a whole day to spend out here. We're gonna run row units off, we're gonna verify sprayers work. It's gonna be a full day of screwing around, and I can't wait for it, to be honest with you. Spring's not far away. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.